dude.
This one here, I was at SIGGRAPH convention about, I don't know, 10 years ago. Just around the time when Iron Man 1 was about to come out.
Yeah.
And I had this dream. I wanted to work for Industrial Light and Magic. I was doing digital sculpting and all that. And then I went to a panel and I saw the Iron Man suit for the first time. And I was blown away by it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. We're finally getting a really cool look at Iron Man. So when you guys showed this last year at the convention, I was like, yeah, I'm going home, ordering this. It's coming home.
It's just pure anniversary piece. Like, I mean, we've had the pleasure of working on Iron Man for a while. We're good friends with the visual development team who worked on this. You know, Ryan and Addy and Phil. Like, it was a small crew back then. And Favreau had this vision to really work so closely with the artists and to take inspiration from the artists for the story. You know, there are scenes that ended up in the movie that came from those artists' ideas themselves. You know, there's a painting which we're actually doing a print of that Adi Granov did of Iron Man, purely just Iron Man flying with planes because he thought it'd look cool. And they're like, that's in the movie. That's so cool, that has to be in the movie. Like, you know, the big studios now, there's some really amazing stuff happening, but credit to Marvel for keeping that vibe, for keeping that closeness with their visual development team. Their artists are part of the family, and they're working together on these visions. And you know, Kevin Feige, he's dude's a genius. I gotta say, like it's really cool to see that closeness with the artists. It's very Sideshow, you know, and they treat their people well. It's cool.
It's awesome.
I dig it.
It's awesome. So we got another Iron Man piece here.
Yeah, Adi Granov.
So this is Extremis, right?
Yes, that's how I pronounce it. I may be wrong. This is Extremis Mark II.
Okay.
Well. So, for those of you that I'm sure you all know this, but Adi worked on the comic book, the Extremis comic book, which got the attention of John, and they ended up working together on the Iron Man movies. It was really awesome. Adi's a good friend of ours. We've done a bunch of stuff with him. This is the chance to really do an artist series with him. This is the first piece. It's not the last, so there's more Adi Granov stuff coming.
Nice.
And he took his classic Extremis suit and gave us Mark II, you know, and dude,
this is very dynamic,
cool, and
very exciting piece.
The smoke effect, I love what he did with this.
And you even have like the arc reactor base going on there.
Yeah. It's just cool. It's the challenge for Adi. I know he really wanted a bunch of dynamism in it, but he didn't want a massive footprint. He wanted to work in a lot of action, a lot of twist in that body, something that shows that this is a very flexibly designed Iron Man suit. It's not clunky, it's got this cool fluidity to it. Has the swap out portrait with the unmasked Tony Stark as well. I really dig that Tony. It's a little bit comic book, but it looks cool. He looks so cool. And the matte texture on his skin. Like, I'm a sucker for this stuff, but yeah, this is another personal favorite. And again, using that semi-translucent, that cloudy, milky resin for cloud effects is something like I'm just a sucker for it. You know, that's for me has been one of the big changes that I'm enjoying over the last couple of years.
Right.
And it's cool to see it again. Still early prototype, but you get a
is
good
there
idea where this is going.
any chance that there's going to be any light up features like in the arc reactor or the hands, you know yet?
Still to be determined.
Still to be determined?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know yet.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I love how all the parts are opening up.
Yep.
So you can the exposed internals.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of detail in there. Despite the fact that it's comic book, it's very clean. It's not packed full of crazy textures. There's a lot going on. It's a really nicely designed suit, and you can see why this guy's still working for Marvel. You know, like 10 years down the line, he's still coming up with badass Iron Man. So that's cool.